Hey everybody, it's Raymond Ray, Mountain Towman from MountainReporter.com, and I'm standing here on Highway 18, just west of Arrowhead Villas Road, and I'm here with the U.S. Forest Service Fire Patrol. Fire Patrol. I'll get that right. How are you this morning?
Doing well, thank you. How about yourself?
Fine, thanks. All right, so what we're covering this morning, bringing to you the information about these prescribed burns. Lots of questions, lots of comments going on about a prescribed burn. And I think that there's some rumors going around that they might be something that's dangerous or something that could, be better served elsewhere at other times. And I wanted to bring the information out to the public, explaining how it works when they do a prescribed burn. So as far as it goes with a prescribed burn, I know some people were thinking that maybe you were lighting a whole hillside on fire. What exactly is a prescribed burn?
Well, a prescribed burn is just what it sounds like. It's prescribed or prescription. So we try to do this surgically, and we have a lot of elements that we look at with the weather, winds, relative humidity. Those are very important for us, and we want to do that calculated and carefully. What we got today is a pile burn, and a pile burn versus a broadcast burn. A pile burn is controlled, it's small, it's contained, we can light as many or as little as we want. Versus a broadcast burn where you light a whole large block of ground on fire. So being here, we're close to administrative site, close to homes. We're going to do this surgically and carefully and light the piles as we go, and only as fast as we can contain them. And then we're going to mop these things up. And like you see behind us, we have a fire engine idling on ready with the hose staged, firefighters on scene, and we're accessing all of them with their appropriate tools and going just slow and methodical as possible.
Perfect. Now, this isn't something you just do random and willy-nilly. It's something that, like you said, there's a lot of calculating that goes into effect and checking conditions. And you've actually been trying to get this going for quite some time, but the conditions just didn't work. And that in itself is evidence that you're really looking at the conditions to be perfect in order to be able to make sure it can be contained and that it's not presenting a danger to the community when you do this. So now, like you said, there's other resources here. We have a fire truck here. There's another fire truck down there and quite a few people around that. Who are all these people and where are they from?
Okay, so we try to use, like to call it spreading the wealth a little bit with everybody, so it gives plenty of training and exposure to these things, so we all get to learn. So we have folks here right from the Skyforce Work Center. We have folks that will be from the Big Bear Hot Shots, Del Rosa Hot Shots, folks from the front country on engines, and sometimes other patrols like myself from our district and from other districts.
Awesome. So there's definitely a bunch of people here equipped and trained. And one of the things that happens here is training. I think one of the questions the community was asking is, why don't you just take it to the dump? And I know that with our fire danger that we experience in the mountain all year long, to be able to check your equipment and have your guys with their hands on a fire and monitor it and then put it out gives them a good chance to, kind of knock the dust off of things as we approach our fire season on the mountain. So training is one of the reasons why this is done as opposed to just throwing it in the trash, right?
That's exactly right, Ray. We like to use these opportunities, especially these ones where we're burning only 3 piles today. It's very controllable. These guys can get in there and get their hands dirty. And if, the conditions are good. So, things like spotting are not probably going to happen. The probability is very low because the RHs are up and the temperatures are low.
So a lot of this stuff came from around the property here at the fire station. We hear in the community about protect your home, limb the trees, remove the brush, rake up the pine needles. You guys have to do the same thing here?
We do. And so we call that defensible space. And so what we do is we limb up the trees, we cut back the brush, and we give ourselves a chance to have defense, right? So if the fire comes up the hill, it bumps the property, it's going to be less likely to get up in the canopy and move through the trees. And so we have right here, we're basically the front edge of a community. So it gives us a chance for it to control it at our house before it gets to their house.
That's great. And so one of the things that this is a good reminder for everybody on is making sure that you have your defensible space set up at your house. On our website, mountainreporter.com, I'll make sure I post the defensible space information. There's a lot of good info out there if you just hit Google, but you want to make sure that your house is ready to be defended. He spoke of fire coming up over the mountain, and when it gets here, if the property's properly taken care of, it won't get up in the trees, and it adds a barrier between your home and the fire as it's approaching. And if you haven't done that work, it makes it difficult for the firefighters to even get in there to fight the fire. They can't even put a hand line in there if they've got trees and limbs and branches. And then if the fire is burning along the ground like that and all the stuff that wasn't removed, when they do airdrops, that just gets the top of the trees wet. It can't even get down to the bottom because there's no space. So all those things will be listed on our website. Want to thank you very much for meeting us out here today and making sure that the community understands. One of the biggest things I learned is that the difference between a pile burn and a broadcast burn. I know a lot of people thought they were lighting up a whole hillside this morning, and that's not what's happening. It's just as they're preparing the defensible space for the fire department, they're just burning up the stuff and using it as a training opportunity to get the gentlemen ready who are going to be fighting and defending our mountain all year long. So it's me, Raymond Ray from mountainreporter.com, and I appreciate you guys following our website. Remember, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll see you guys on the net.